Hello everyone, welcome back to another weather forecast video. Today we will be going over the possibility for a multi-day severe weather outbreak going into early next week and the possibility for tropical development over the next week here. So we're going to start off with the tropics, and we're going to start off in this area shaded in red here. We now are up to a high overall chance of tropical development over the next 7 days. We have a 2-day 30% chance of tropical development and a 7-day 70% chance. So we will likely be seeing at least a tropical depression form out of this storm, and it still has the possibility to really do anything. We're hoping it doesn't split the gap between the Yucatan here, or may go out to sea. So we're still monitoring this area for possible development, which is now likely, and then we'll monitor the area that it either goes into or its intensity. And we have another little area here just north of the Caribbean islands, which will bring heavy rain and some maybe gustier winds to the Caribbean islands over here. Not likely to develop though. We are now up to a 40% chance for tropical development all the way up here. This is not going to affect the U.S. mainland right now, so we do not have to worry about that one. So I'm just mainly concerned about the possibility for tropical development in this region and possible mainland impacts, but right now I'm not going to be making a forecast on that as it is too early to tell what may happen, but we will continue to keep an eye on this area here for possible development. And if we bring it over here to the Storm Prediction Center, we can get an idea of our severe weather over the next couple days. We can see here we're on our day 2 outlook, so this is for tomorrow afternoon. We have a slight risk in place for the Texas area and going into Oklahoma. And along with this threat, we have the possibility for a large to very large hail in an isolated area. We have the possibility for damaging winds in Texas into Oklahoma. And then we have an isolated 5% risk of tornadoes, so we could see a tornado or two out there tomorrow. If we come out to our day 3 outlook, we have a much larger area and a slight risk tomorrow for the possibility of damaging winds, hail, and the possibility for a tornado threat. And then lastly, we do have a day 4 slight risk outlook, and this one's looking more like it's going to be a squall line threat, so more, a damaging wind threat, but we will have to watch for the possibility of supercells in front of that line, bringing up our tornado threat. But this is a little out of the forecast zone, but we do have a day 4 slight risk, so they are confident there will be some severe weather on Monday through Monday evening. So we'll continue to watch these areas, and I'll bring you over to the models in just a second here to get you an idea of what the jet stream will be looking like and what will be the main driving factor behind our storms here. And before we go ahead and take a look at the jet stream here, we're going to look at the simulated radar over the next couple days here. So you can see we're mainly dry across the U.S. except for areas on the west coast and some lingering showers across the U.S. today. But as we go into the Saturday time frame, you can see our severe weather spark up down here in the northern Texas areas, and then that gets dragged out. And then Sunday, you can see our second threat of severe weather form there on Sunday. And then it looks like on Monday, we'll have more of that squall line threat on Monday. So that's why I think Monday will likely be more of a damaging wind threat. And then we could see some snow up in the Rockies there as that low pressure kind of hangs around. And then possibly another line of storms near the end of this forecast. But overall, we're going to continue to stay in an active pattern, bringing rain to areas like Texas and New Mexico, which is much needed, snow to the Rockies, and rain to areas in the plains in general, and the possibility for multiple days of severe weather. And if we bring it over here to the jet stream, we can get an idea of what our jet stream will look like over the next couple days and what will be the driving factor behind our severe weather. And if we drag it out here, we can see we have some shear Saturday, bringing up that tornado threat there. But if we bring it into Sunday, that's when that jet stream really kicks in here, bringing that trough down, that cold air, meeting up with the warm air. We can see we do have some pretty good shearing out here in the Texas and Oklahoma region, bringing up that slight risk for severe weather. Especially right there, you can see that really kick in there. And then the reason why Monday and Tuesday do not look too bad is this trough becomes positively tilted and it begins to get swept out of here. So you can see this trough isn't as strong as it begins to get swept out of there, bringing our threat for Tuesday not as badly. And then if we drag it out, we're not going to be talking about what these could bring, as I'm more focused on the Saturday through Tuesday time frame here. But if we do drag this out into the later week, we could see more troughs and possible bowling ball troughs dipping down, and at the end of this, more. So we won't necessarily be talking about what that may bring, but it gives you the idea that we will be in an active pattern here for the next little bit, bringing the possibility for severe weather, rain, storms, and snow to different areas across the U.S. And the last thing I wanted to bring up today is the possibility for excessive rainfall leading to flooding here across the U.S., as these training storms will lead to the possibility for flooding. We see here that we have a day one excessive rainfall outlook. We have a slight risk, so at least a 15% chance of rain exceeding flash flood guidance within 25 miles of any given point. So there is a slight risk in place, so we likely won't see too bad of flooding today. But as we can see here tomorrow with those severe thunderstorms, we do have a larger slight risk for excessive rainfall. So make sure you're on the lookout for training thunderstorms leading to flash flooding. And we have a day 3 moderate risk of excessive rainfall. So, they're putting all their chips in. They believe that there is a decent threat of excessive rainfall in areas here. So they have issued a moderate. It's a 3 out of 4 on the excessive rainfall outlook. So make sure you're weather aware in the way of flash flooding on the day 3 outlook, and that is Sunday. And then here on Monday, our day 4, they already have a slight risk of excessive rainfall here from Texas all the way up to Wisconsin, so make sure you are on the lookout for that. So overall, over the next couple weeks, as it is November, we have to watch for the possibility of all things, including tropics, heavy snow in the mountains, severe weather, and excessive rainfall in different areas. So make sure you're weather aware over the next couple weeks, as we are in an active pattern right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this forecast video, and I hope to see you in the next.